All right, it's Sunday night. Hey, Heine, how you going? Normally start quiet, that is true. I was also in this frame of mind. I wasn't going to bloody do what do we call it? Video tonight because I'm ahead. But if it's quiet, I might do it just to fill in some time. Glad you're feeling good, brew. I just realized I didn't even bring the cameras in here. I'll have to go out and get them. Yes, dear. What's in a Rose Noble? Scotch, bitter red aperitivo, maraschino, and lemon juice. Okay, I need to relook that one up. What's that all about? Rose Noble. Speyside, aperitivo, maraschino, lemon juice. Jason Clapham, a Burns night serve. Bittersweet, sweet and sour. Okay, it's a Division Bell riff? Really? Division Bell's Mezcal. It is. Okay, it is a fucking Division Bell riff. Okay, I'm learning. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Yeah, it's actually very common for Megaleech to be here at the start. Heine, in getting to know you mode. It's always good. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so still thinking. Not going to do... Keep coming up with these ideas for doing longer videos. I'm going to do a short one. Darb. Darb is such a great name. As in, it's a stupid name. And I love it because it's so stupid. Darb. From Harry Craddock. Vermouth, gin, brandy, and lemon juice. You know what? I might make that one. But with a different thing to apricot. What have I got in my fruit liqueurs that I haven't tried? Hey, Junkrat, you are the first person on Twitch. There's a couple of people on YouTube. Heine and Luca there. Who knows who else? Someone might be lurking. I'm just considering making a cocktail video. I wasn't going to, but yeah, it's quite a start. Maybe I could do something, or maybe I could just plan. Because I'm getting ideas. I'm looking at these things and I'm getting ideas. The Darb. I do have apricot brandy. just have this urge to do it with something else. Oh yeah, I like this one. I mean, I basically like all of them, but this is a good one. I had ice cream today from a Japanese ice cream place, and the flavor was modeled on a Japanese old fashioned. So, like an old fashioned cocktail made with Japanese whiskey. I didn't think it tasted that boozy, but Mrs. Angry did. She thought it tasted exactly like an old fashioned. So, but it was good ice cream. In Hawthorne? Near a train station there. Often a line. There was a line when we got there, but there wasn't when we left. So my timing was out by about 15 minutes. If I'd got there 15 minutes later, wouldn't have to wait at all. But, c'est la vie. All right, you know what? I'm going to the mysterious cupboard of mystery over here. Look at my fruit liqueurs and decide. Everyone's thinking, ooh, yeah, green tea ice cream, popular. And they had, what else did they have there? They had matcha ice cream. I had Hokkaido cheesecake flavored ice cream, which is pretty good. I just really should brush my hair. My hair's okay. Kind of all over the place. All right, going to the mysterious cupboard of mystery. And I sorted this recently, actually. I got strawberry, but that's kind of shit. What have I got? I've got apple, passion fruit, strawberry, watermelon, apricot, curacao orange, Grizel. What's that? Red currants? Yes, red currants. And I should probably use that up, honestly. Red currants, black currants, blackberries, not black currants. So I got blackberry liqueur, red currant liqueur, cherry liqueur. Oh man, cherry is grabbing my attention at the moment, I have to say. What's that? Tangelo, lime, kumquat, banana, lemon, melon. Decisions. You know what? I'm just going to think about it for a while. I don't think I'm going to make any videos. Or am I? I don't know. I'm not going to. No. I might make some drinks in prep for a video though. See if I like them. Speaking of seeing if I like it, I got this whiskey that I had high hopes for. Oh, and I just had an idea for it. All right. Maraschino. Okay. Well, first, I'm just going to taste it again. It's a whiskey that is finished in it's amaretto, not maraschino. Okay. So I need to get my naked amaretto. Is that it? Oh, that's my naked amaretto. Okay. Just so I could make a cocktail called a Naked Godfather. I might do that. I might actually make that video. A Naked Godfather. But first, I just want to have a little taste of this whiskey. It smells nice. Put it in there. Let me warm it up. to release. Look, this is what this is what one person told me you're supposed to do. You actually cup the whiskey in your hand, which warms it up, and you put your hand over the top of the glass so the vapors build up a bit, and then you get a proper whiff of the aromas. So, just a bit. Let me try. That's quite a decent whiskey. It's a little bit sharp, a little bit hot. What's the ABV on this? 46%. So it's slightly higher than average. Okay, now I need to look up a Godfather recipe just to make sure. And I think I'm going to make that. I've suddenly... Oh my God, has the computer been listening to me? It's auto-completed Godfather. Okay. Godfather sour. Okay, that honestly sounds disgusting. But I'm probably going to... So Godfather is just 2 shots whiskey, 1 shot amaretto. All right. Now I need to know what a Godfather sour is and what a fat... I think a fat Godfather's just going to be fat washed whiskey. Sour whiskey, amaretto, lemon juice. Yeah, okay. Exactly what I thought it'd be. Fat Godfather, yeah, bacon fat washed. Okay. All right, I'm going to make a cocktail, which I shall call Naked Godfather. All right. I have to go out and get my cameras, though, as I forgot them. Have you ever seen the rain? All right. I don't think anyone's really watching. I'm just going to be gone for 30 seconds. Okay, getting ready. Get ready, cause here I come now. Get ready, cause here I come now. Gonna move my chair, and I guess it's time to put chickens in charge, actually. Alright. Look, I will do that. I will quickly put chickens in charge while I set up. Never met a man who makes me do the way that you do. It's all right. Zvan, thank you for the Happy Father's Day. And I don't know if you're a father or not. If you are, Happy Father's Day. Oh, wait. Face the right way, chicken. And can we get another one in there? I was about to cause a disaster. Well, disaster is probably a strong word, but Do, 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 do. Oh, right. I was wondering what the fuck was happening there. Let's do this. There we go. Chicken's in charge. All right. They're all good. Do. All right, we're getting this happening. Well, this is not really happening. Okay. Gotta make this cocktail. All right. Just made another decision. I'm the decision guy. So let me get this happening. Why is this been? There we go. There we go. Do. Never met a man like you. It's all right. All right. Feeling fine, fun. Look out, baby, here I come. Get ready. Okay, I'm just going to put that in the glass. Need to peel some orange peel. Yeah, the chicken's increasingly in charge, Strictly Sega. All right. Got me a piece of orange peel. Just a couple things to get ready. Get a cherry ready. Get ready. Ooh, I got one. Can't see that. Get ready. Okay, so 2 ounces of whiskey. Ooh, a bit of sugar in there. Got stuck. Get the bitches ready. Okay, I think we're ready. I'll get this light ready. Set the meaning, let they be right. Okay, turn the little camera on. Okay. That's all ready to go. Okay. Never makes me feel. All right. That's that. Cocktails made. Now, adjusting my surroundings. Bounce the light off the roof for the flattering soft light. Turn the audio recorder on. Turn the video recorder on. How's that? Is that all right? More? Bit more? I need to move that. It's reflecting on the. Maybe there. Oh, yeah, that's better. All right, gonna quickly do some talky talk. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is an amaretto from a local maker called White Possum. They call this naked amaretto because there's nothing artificial in it. Now, they also got a hold of some whiskey and finished it in a barrel that had aged the amaretto liqueur. And it's just great. They go great together. So I'm going to make a version of a Godfather character, and I'm calling it, you might have guessed, a naked Godfather. I'm going to be building this right in the glass. So in a rocks glass over a big chunk of ice, we do the following. Add 2 ounces or 60 mils of whiskey, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of the amaretto, then just 1 dash of whiskey barrel aged bitters. I'm adding a twist of orange peel, and I'm going to use a maraschino cherry on a skewer to give the drink a bit of a stir. And it's that simple. We've got a naked Godfather, and taste-wise, oh, those are really deep, rich flavors. It's a great variation on an old-fashioned. Give it a go. A Godfather. That is actually good. All right, switch a few things off, and then I'm going to sit down. Sit down, laddie. Right. Wo ist meine Drink? Der ist meine Drink. Okay. Okay. Chickens, you have served your purpose. Get rid of the banner. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I just kind of arbitrarily themed it as a R.I.P. Jimmy Buffett. I don't really know him at all, but yeah, I do vaguely know that song Margaritaville. But apparently, like there was such a popular song, he made a fortune from it, and then he opened a bunch of sort of lazy guy food places called Margaritaville. Apparently, he just fucking made bank, like hundreds of millions of dollars by being a chill dude. I was like, okay, Good for you, man. It's fruity, it's nutty, it's a nice little drink. That's possibly the only cocktail. Yeah. Brothers make $2.5 million in 2 years. I left in year 10. Plumbers did it without the help of a bank of mum and dad. They live at home where they pay $100 a week board. They work overtime. Okay, yeah. Says not with the bank of mum and dad, but it's only because they've been staying at home. Oh, okay. So it is a property thing again. Okay. Okay. Sort of capitalist cheerleading shit is really annoying. Fun, homemade Middle Eastern dinner for Father's Day. Very nice. Been cooking since 2 p.m. Sounds very good. Oh, no. Strictly Sega, someone sent you the picture going, oh no, and you're going, who the hell are you talking about? Kids didn't call you, that's right. I had ice cream with my daughter and her boyfriend. Old-fashioned cocktail flavored ice cream, in fact. So this is technically my second old-fashioned for the day. The other one was in ice cream form. That's fucking yummy. All right, I'm glad I made a drink that's very yummy. I need to just quickly check something on my phone. Am I too soon? I need to. I'm just trying to check something on my phone. Oh, Svan, you put pics in Discord. Okay. Coming right up. I need to see that. Discord. I was too soon. Okay, I was just checking something on my phone. 15 minutes too soon. Good to know. Fine. Sorry, first I saw your okay. I'm gonna share all of these. First I saw your meme, Strictly Sega, which I very much like, even if you didn't know who it was. Ooh, margaritas and cheeseburgers are a dangerous mix. Yeah, his venue apparently sold margaritas and cheeseburgers. Oh, what am I doing? And look at that. Look at that food. Oh, hot damn, that looks... Oh my God, dude. That looks great. Four-legged household member is interested in the food too. Hardly surprising. Dude, you like outdid yourself there. That just looks fantastic. Made your own mince. Nicely, nicely. Far too lazy to do that. I made myself a bacon cheeseburger wrap. I had a burger, like I didn't make it myself. It was like mince from the supermarket. Burger, bacon, like pan fried those. I had a wrap and just cheese and barbecue sauce, rolled it up and toasted that. That was it was good. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. Just like slapped together, really went. Oh yeah, Middle Eastern cookbook. It is a cuisine I'm very fond of, I have to admit. I mean, there are very few cuisines I'm not fond of, actually. But yeah, Middle Eastern, Italian, Mexican, Indian, various flavors of Asian. Just like good food, really. Went to a new place last night with Mrs. Angry, and it was good. Actually, speaking of which, I was going to try and recreate a cocktail they made. Say Greek food? Oh, nice. Okay, so this place, what was it called? Wolf and Malone. It's near a train station, which is why we went to it, because it's going to have some drinks, and it's accessible by public transport. I'll see if I can get their menu up, because we actually got their sampler. It's basically, you say, feed me, and they bring you things. So Brazilian influenced, apparently. So what do we get? Entree. Oh man, they did this cheese bread, and it was just this incredibly chewy thing. Apparently that's Brazilian. Pão de queijo, and with smoked butter. So hot little bits of cheesy bread that you put smoked butter on was amazing. Thing they called tapioca batons, which was probably my favorite, covered with the Gran Padano cheese and a jam. They were really good. And these fish and potato fritters with a green olive dip. They're apparently called bacala fritters. Again, so this is apparently Brazilian food. And then we had this brisket for the main, sweet potato on burnt butter. But the sides, what was the side? It was charred cos heart. So it was cos lettuce, which had been charred and then had more of this cheese on top of it, parmesan. And this thing with pumpkin. Oh, it was pumpkin with cured beef and cheese, and fuck me, it was good. And they had burnt cheesecake, which sounds weird because the top was burnt, but deliberately. And it's just like super sweet cheesecake. And so it was like a baked cheesecake, but the top was actually burnt. Okay. Look, Brazilian food, Brazilian wax. It's it's all good. Hey, Megaleech, how you doing? So yeah, and their cocktails were pretty good, and there was one that was just extremely good. They called it Mezcal Jackson, and it was basically an old-fashioned riff. It was like mezcal, rum, and something. I might ask Mrs. Angry because she takes all the notes on our meals, so we remember what we liked. I'll just message her. Where are we? Did you note what was in a Mezcal Jackson cocktail? She probably did, because she takes great notes for our meals, so we know what we liked. But yeah, now we've got a new place in the rotation, which is always good. Oh, okay, that was good. And you know what? I might try and make a Mezcal Collins. Mezcal Collins. Why do I keep saying Collins? It's Mezcal Jackson, they called it. I don't know if it's just because they thought it sounded like Michael Jackson. I don't know. But it was a good night out. Really good food, really good drinks. Oh, nice. Looking through a website, Brazilian food. Banquet the Zvan made looks. Oh my God. The Zvan's banquet looked fucking awesome. It was so good. There's another place that we go to where the food's Central American influenced. Influences everywhere from Mexico down to Peru. And it's really good. And the dude who runs it's got this fixation with agave spirits. Tequila is the best known agave spirit, but there's a whole bunch of others. Mezcal's more common now. Now there's some less common ones which you're starting to see: Sotol and Raichela and a couple others. But yeah, this guy Spence, he's English actually, which is really weird. It's an English guy with a restaurant in Australia with a Central American vibe. It's just because he traveled there and really liked the stuff. Does a good job. It's very good. It's called Repeat Offender. And it's good. Okay, that was yummy. Now, I was kind of thinking of doing a spritz, a vermouth spritz, and see if I like it, because I saw it recommended. So I might make that now. Got my soda water. And add some vermouth to it. And I'll just give it a bit of a stir. And I hope I like it, because I made a big glass of it. Vermouth spritz. Yep, that's good. Man, I like that. God, it kind of tastes like currants or raisins. Oh, that is the super bonus of the meals one. 2 to 3 nights. God damn. It looked really good. Okay, Mrs. Angry noted. She didn't. But it was mezcal, rum, and a liqueur. Maraschino, I think. I think it was maraschino. Might try and make it after I finish my vermouth spritzer. This is such a cool bottle. I'm reusing a bottle. This is an American whiskey maker called High West. They're from Colorado. Are they Colorado? Yeah, they're from Colorado. No, wait. Where are the Mormons from? Utah. I think this is from Utah. Okay, now I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up because I want to be sure. High West whiskey. Yeah, Park City, Utah. Okay. I thought it was a dry state because of the Mormons. I also love that, Strictly Sager. It would not have been 2 to 3 nights if you were there. I have stopped shopping at Coles and Woolies. Way cheaper to go to butcher or Italian supermarket. Oh my God, particularly fruit and veg at greengrocers. Holy crap, that's a much better deal. Oh, everyone's prices have gone up, Strictly Sager. There's no getting around it. But even just because, like I get fruit for garnishes and the juices for cocktails, and it is almost always a significant better deal at an independent fruit shop. There's variations, but it's almost always a better deal. That's really reminding me of something. Oh, I can't quite place what it is. Honestly, probably just grape juice. Now, because so this is an aromatized wine. Adding it to soda water, now it just tastes like grape juice. So I'm not saying that is a bad thing, by the way. I'm saying yeah. No, that's actually pretty good. That could be a good what they call session drink, because this is low alcohol, but it's not no alcohol. This would probably be about. I'd have to look up what the vermouth is, but I guess the way I diluted it, this is somewhere between 5 and 10% alcohol. So it's like an average strong beer, as opposed to cocktails, which tend to be 20% alcohol and up. Now that's actually good. Oh, that's the thing I have to do. I can try the other sweet vermouth I had. They said you should have it with a yuzu soda. Summer's coming up. These are really good summer drinks. Anyway, I hope White Possum appreciate me making a cocktail with their products. I'll put it on social media and see if they respond. I don't know. I think I've mentioned this many times. My goal with doing the cocktail channel on YouTube is to get free shit. I have not. I don't. I hardly get a chance to game. Mrs. Angry's turned into the household's gamer. She's doing was it Horizon Zero West or whatever the fuck that game's called, the second one. She's doing that at the moment. She did Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now she's doing that. I have told her, from what I heard, she liked Baldur's Gate 3. So that might be online. She also wants to do Last of Us Part 2, because she did The Last of Us Part 1. Yeah, I've been reading a bit about Baldur's Gate. It's very Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? Turn-based combat, and you build up character types. You can romance a bear. Who doesn't want to romance a bear? Oh, yep. Okay, Strict Sega. It's the next one for Sophie as well. What's she playing now? See, I still just occasionally play Red Dead Redemption 2, because it's on this laptop and it's on my PC. I probably should get back into bloody. I wanted to do Disco Elysium. It's on my PC, and I started it, and then I haven't touched it for ages, like possibly months. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Baldur's Gate's literally D&D. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah. Oh, Dave the Diver. I've heard of Dave the Diver. Yes. It's funny. There's a guy who does reviews on YouTube. The videos are under the name Zero Punctuation. and it's this British guy who was living in Australia. He was living in Brisbane. I'm not sure if he still is, but his whole thing is the thing's a series of stylized cartoon images, and he just talks really fast. I enjoy his reviews, and it's got to the stage where I know the types of games he doesn't, and I know when it's a game that I would like that he doesn't like. So if he shit talks it, I go, oh, that doesn't matter. I kind of know he said exactly the same shit talk about another game that I like. So I kind of know I will like that game now. So it's good. But I also find his reviews very entertaining. So Soph took a break to play 2 Point Hospital. Hospital made up diseases. Nice. Made up diseases like expanding ed. I think I have that disease. Yeah. Strictly say he was living in Brisbane for a while. I think he's not anymore. That's right, Zwan. He actually invented the PC Master Race meme. Yes. And whoever does the animation for the channel, it's a very interesting style. But yeah, I very much enjoy his reviews. And you watch, like I said, it's good to watch enough of him. So, he shit talked a game I like. So I should ignore him when he shit talks games like this. His nickname's Yahtzee for some reason, Yahtzee Croshaw. He's written some books too. I was thinking of trying to get a hold of his books because I kind of like his sense of humor. So I probably will at some point get a hold of some of his books. So, yeah. But yeah, I do tend to watch zero punctuation reviews just for a laugh, even if I'm not necessarily going to agree with the review. He's quite entertaining when he does it. I like orange peel. Thinking of clarifying this, actually. This is actually a blend of vermouth that I barrel aged. Yeah, no, he's been doing that shit for a long time. Yeah, Zvan, I've basically heard pretty much non-stop good stuff about Baldur's Gate 3 and turn-based. Yeah. I don't do a lot of turn-based gaming. Probably the last turn-based game I did was the more recent Yakuza game. Was it Like a Dragon? Whatever. Because the previous ones weren't turn-based. It was sort of button mashing. That's me, button mashing. But yeah, then Like a Dragon's turn-based. I never finished it. I should go back to it. Like, I think if I go back to it, I would have to literally start it again because I was probably halfway through, but I'll fucking forget everything. So I have to start from the start. I know what you mean by that, Stricky. So you watch something for a while and you don't have them, but you kind of forget about them. I still watch them. Oh, nice. So the voice acting in Baldur's Gate's good too. Nice. That's always good. Yeah, I have very little doubt that Baldur's Gate will eventually be played in this household. Yes. That's the thing. So you can say you take a break from a game and then you're like, oh man, I'm out of practice and I fucking forget everything. Shit. Now I have to start again. So I think because I liked Like a Dragon, I'll probably go back to it. But I think if and when I go back to it, I'll start from the start. And I might play it slightly differently. But is kind of fun, that game. You build up a little crew and you perfect your skills in different ways, and you have street fights with all these people. And I kind of like your central protagonist seems somewhat, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but he seems somewhat brain damaged. He sees everything in the world in this fantasy way. Strictly Sega, I had a relaxing weekend. Did you have a relaxing weekend? After party night on Friday night, I slept in a bit. Not that late, but I slept in a bit till like 10, which is not that late because I was up till 1. And then it was chill. Then we went out on Saturday night and had a good night. And today was chill. Went over and saw The Offspring and had ice cream. So it was pretty fucking chill. I liked it. You know, I did some household things, did my laundry and that sort of shit. You tapped out of a party at 9:30. Had a bunch of people wanting you to start a stream. Oh, Alien versus Predator 1 and 2. Nice. Oh Christ, sorry. Under Siege 2 and Die Hard 2. You have a new third favorite Die Hard movie. I thought it was very interesting with both Indiana Jones and Die Hard. They tried to do a spin-off. The protagonist's son came into it, and they were like, the protagonist is getting too old to do this. We should bring their son into it, and we could have spin-off movies with their son, and it never worked. Never worked. Okay, I love the themes. Friday is blockbuster night. Saturday is sequel night. It's nice. I was kind of bored, and for whatever reason, Netflix put Mad Max Fury Road front and center when I was browsing. And I was like, yeah, okay. And it was like that opening sequence to when they go into the dust storm is almost exactly half an hour. And that was just great. Just half an hour. Oh, God, you've got it all pegged out, Strictly Sega. Monday's Aussie night. Tuesday's Blaxploitation night. It's all happening. I love your theme nights. They're great. Oh, you know what I was doing? Again, I was flicking through Foxtel, all the movies are on, and because it's mainly new ones, but they have a few old ones, and they have the classic film noir Double Indemnity. So I downloaded that and I'm going to watch it. The other classic I'm seriously thinking of watching is Gaslight, the movie where we get the term gaslighting, where this dude tries to drive his wife insane. So she doubts what she's seeing. But I was just flicking and I was like, Double Indemnity. Hell yeah. Fucking hell yeah. Billy Wilder. So I have downloaded Double Indemnity and I'm probably going to watch it this week. Billy Wilder, great filmmaker. Absolutely great filmmaker. And it's like Double Indemnity is such a classic and I've never seen it. And I was just like, yeah, you know what? That's a good use of an hour and a half. You did a Billy Wilder film called Buddy Buddy. Nice. See, the thing is, if I watch Double Indemnity, I've probably got to get in this real film noir mood. And also, I thought that's who you meant when you said Jack and Walter. Yeah, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. They made quite a few films together. And I love they kind of had that comeback with Grumpy Old Men, which was a really agreeable film, I thought. But The Odd Couple was maybe their peak. Really good movie. So they did 7 films together. They were a good comedy team. Walter Matthau being the grumpy straight guy and Jack Lemmon being the sort of neurotic, frantic guy. But yeah, I'm thinking of maybe getting into some of the French New Wave. That would be with a crossover with the film noir and the French New Wave. So rewatching stuff like this is stuff I've seen, but it's so long ago I don't remember. Rewatching stuff like Le Samurai, Breathless. What's the French term for breathless? A bout de soufflé, which makes me think it's a cooking film that's about the souffle. But I don't know if I can drag Mrs. Angry into watching these. Oh yeah, Burgess Meredith was in it as well. Burgess Meredith, so fucking good. Like I grew up with him as the Penguin in the campy Adam West Batman series. But how good was Burgess Meredith in the Rocky movies as Rocky's trainer? Mickey, he was so fucking good in the Rocky movies. Oh, Big Night rocks. Okay, a Boot de Souffle is not actually a cooking movie. Big Night, honestly, Stanley Tucci, Style Plus. I kind of love anything with Stanley Tucci in it. There's some really good Asian cooking films like Tampopo and what's the other one I saw? But I remember in the 90s seeing a couple of Asian films that was all about the food, and it was so good. And the French film from the 90s, Babette's Feast. Incredible. So, yeah. Was it 301, 302? I'm not familiar with that one. That's a food porn movie. But even more recently, that Jon Favreau one, Chef, is the most food porny American film I've seen in forever. Like the bit with making the cheese toasty on a grill, that is the most food porny cheese toasty I have ever, like borderline actual porn. But yeah. Yes. Isn't Chef a sweet film? It's like Chef feels like such a low stakes film to me. Like nothing horrible or awful or dramatic's going to happen. It's just nice. Chef is a nice film. Which is weird to say because the Chef character actually has this meltdown, career-ending shit, existential doubt and all, but it still just the movie felt very low stakes and very sweet to me. It was good. But yeah, it's funny because Jon Favreau was doing all the Star Wars stuff and obviously making an utter packet in Star Wars. And Chef just seemed like a release for him. Hey, Richard. Yes, we were saying a little RIP to Jimmy Buffett, even though I'm not super into him. Is Front Page another Jack and Walter one? Okay, that's all good. Oh, Richard, that's okay. And I've been very well. Thank you for wishing me well. I hope you've been well too. You know, I'm around, man. Just hanging and chilling. We're deep in movie talk at the moment. But it's all good. Oop, do I have to renew my domains on GoDaddy? Okay. Ugh. I gotta use my domain properly. I'm gonna do a cocktail blog. I'm just fucking useless. No reservations. Is that Anthony Bourdain? That just sounds familiar. Honey, you binged Ahsoka. Okay. Okay, so you're enjoying it. We have a plan to let the Ahsoka ones build up. And we are currently rewatching season 1 of Wheel of Time because season 2's come out. So and it was reasonably complicated. So we're rewatching season 1 to re-understand it. Then we're going to watch season 2. Then we're going to watch Ahsoka. Richard, you had a party? Tag team for one. Vanilla Ice in concert? Holy cow. What a night. Oh, okay, yes. No Reservations. Now you've said that. Aaron Eckhart and Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yes. Cooking movie. Yes. Yes. It's a rom-com and it's food porn. Yes. As soon as you said the names, I remembered it. What was Anthony Bourdain? Didn't he have a series called No Reservations? He made so much TV. Very good TV. Very disappointing that his demons controlled him, but such a big contribution to the world, Anthony Bourdain. He has a really good one about dive bars from one of his series. It's from I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago. I don't know. It's from a while back. It's really enjoyable, him talking about dive bars. Oh, God, yes, Richard. Watching Vanilla Ice in concert. Hot damn. That's a party, dude. That's fuck yeah. Wow. That's a whole thing. All right. I'm going to try and recreate a cocktail I had last night. It was really good. All I don't know the proportions. It was mezcal and rum and a liqueur, which I think was maraschino. Oh, say I don't know. Was it Richard, was it a 90s concert film or was it a recent one revamping people from the 90s? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna bring up something with Vanilla Ice in a bit, actually. Okay, so we're gonna do mezcal with rum. Okay, I actually need to check something with my rums. I'm going into the mysterious cupboard of mystery where I have spare bottles of things. I bought stuff that was on special. Starwood, mezcal, Eldorado. Alright, if I can use an Eldorado then. Okay. That decided me what rum I'm using. Okay, calm down. Being attacked by a thing here. Okay. Mezcal, Pelleton del Muerte. My mezcal's called Pelleton de la Muerte, which means Death Squad. A bit fucking dramatic, quite honestly. Maraschino. I need to get some maraschino. Got my Croatian maraschino with the very 70s bottle. I really think that bottle hasn't been redesigned since the 70s. Okay. Ooh, I didn't turn that off. I do need to recharge those batteries. Good reminder to me. Okay. Shazam, y'all. Oh my god! He did the Ninja Rap and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out on stage. Oh my god! Okay, that's what I was going to bring up, actually. The Go Ninja Go. Because he was in the Ninja Turtle movies. I thought he was actually going to be a character in it. And it was just a bit where they went into a nightclub where he was and he started going, Go Ninja, go. I was genuinely disappointed. I wanted Vanilla Ice to be a character in that movie. Oh, English, you've been watching us on double speed or something? So again, I can imagine it being cool when the Ninja Turtles came out on stage with Vanilla Ice. But it is an abiding disappointment of mine that Vanilla Ice wasn't actually a character in that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. He just fucking was on stage for a minute. That's one of my 90s regrets, or things that I was disappointed by in the 90s. Wow, 2.5 times while playing Sengoku Dynasty. Okay. Oh, did they actually redo it? Was that the Kevin Smith animated one? That actually looks interesting. The newest animated Ninja Turtles. Okay. Big question is, how much mezcal would they have put in this drink? Do I want to go equal parts? No? Gonna try my luck, gonna try my luck. Oh, the live action one. Okay. I didn't see that. I mean, I haven't seen the Kevin Smith animated one either. Looks interesting, though. All right. Yeah, that might be enough. We'll see. And a little bit of maraschino. Spodemon, Spodemon, spoons whatever a Spodecon. Hey, Justin, how you doing? That was that was it. Tricky Sega, Secret of the Ooze. It was weird because I'm not a Vanilla Ice fan, but I was genuinely disappointed that Vanilla Ice wasn't an actual character doing stuff in that movie. That he was just on stage for about a minute. So is this, Richard, hearing tag team doo-wop? It's one of the different companies states called Geico Scoop. Oh, crap. Okay, that sounds pretty wild. It's like Geico's the insurance company? It has a lizard as a mascot, whatever. Anyway, so do an experiment. Okay, there's no way they had that much mezcal in the drink. This is actually really good, but it wasn't that smooth. Al Fayed, what's his name? Muhammad Al Fayed, Dodi's dad. You know. All right, let me look at news. He might be in news. Dun, 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 looking at news headlines. Ugh. Cocktail of the week, Negroni. I'm not a Negroni fan. $1 million fines for employers caught stealing wages. So they fucking should. Why are America's politicians so old? Yeah. Picture of the dude who fucking seized up twice. Where are we? Still looking. El Nino not official, but be prepared for a scorching summer. Yes. This summer's going to fucking suck. Bushfires are probably just going to be brutal. Stop the madness. Roy and HG coming back. Oh, how beautiful. Roy and HG are still doing stuff for the ABC. I love that. Saying Trump is the top choice of 60% of Republican voters. They are beyond fucking help. I'm just going to look up Al Fayed. Al Fayed, dead. Ah, yes, Muhammad Al Fayed. Christ, he was 94. Holy shit. Well, he had a fucking innings, didn't he? Yeah. Oh my God. Mega Leech. Mitch McConnell just seizing up twice in the last month. God damn. Yeah, no, Richard, the northern hemisphere had terrible fires. I fear we are having absolutely appalling fires this season. Ugh. All the hopes for safety for everyone who's at risk, communities, the firefighters. I just think it's going to fucking suck. I think this summer's going to be awful. Oh, Richard, I used to play that funky music. Sorry, I'm old enough to remember the original. Play that funky music, wine boy. It's an ode to cocaine-fueled discos in the 70s. And they were stomping and moving and grooving to the moving and just went. Yeah, no, it's an ode to cocaine-fueled 70s discos. In fact, that's just made me want to find something because I remember cocaine paraphernalia being advertised. Cocaine paraphernalia ads that actually auto-completed. Images. All right, so here's a little article on it. Back when it was normal to advertise cocaine gadgets. Yeah, in the 70s. Holy fucking okay. No, I'm going to show you these pictures. Jesus. Because I just remember I'm going to get away from the depressing El Nino and fire things. Window. Okay. Look at this. Oh, God, what am I doing? Clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Like, if I can look at this, Snowblow adds life. It's the thing where you're liquefying cocaine and blowing it up your nose. And I love that the woman in the ad doesn't look outlandish. She's just like a housewife. The Blue Lady. So again, it's cocaine accoutrements. Oh, gold razor blades for chopping up your cocaine. 3 blades in a carrying case. So they're not actual gold, they're just colored gold. 3 blades in a carrying case for $5. Do it orally with the gas. Oh, wow. Oral or nasal ingestion. Oh my God. Tonight's forecast. Again. Snow. They used to have cocaine. A cocaine chopper and straw gift pack. Oh, a strainer to smooth out your cocaine. Got your nose wash. Oh God, that's to help you while you're doing heaps of cocaine. Invite one of these ladies to your table. White lady was a slang term for cocaine. It's a mirror and a card to chop up your cocaine. Hydro bottle removes moisture from Coke. There you go. Screens again, yeah, okay. A fucking thing to grind up your cocaine, so it's fine. For your precious powder, Jesus. And sprinkle in your smoke or snort it. Coke, snuff is tobacco, menthol, and Framus. Jesus. A vacuum cleaner that's meant to be for snort. Jesus. Is your grass and Coke worn out from traveling? The Coke booster and the grass booster. Oh my God. I know what you put in use. A cocaine consumer's handbook. And again, jewelry that's about snorting cocaine. My God. These oh my God. For cutting up your cocaine. More stuff for cutting up your cocaine. Little accoutrements. And this is stuff that would just be advertised in magazines in the 70s. My God. This is just wild. The 70s was a wild and lawless time. Don't keep your stash of trash. Oh, look, yes. A nice metal straw for doing your cocaine. Jesus. Scales for weighing your gear. Other gear. Jesus. Look at it. Look. There's just... My God. Cocaine in wood. A wooden box to hold your cocaine. Oh, my God. A pictorial for those who have a difficult time with snorting. Oh, Jesus. This shit's just wild. My God. The 70s. What even was the 70s? How did they get away with this? It was just advertised in the 70s. You can't do it now. It's just, oof. What was even going on in the 70s, yeah? It's just it's kind of like I got some very precise digital scales, and I swear to God, it's for making super juice for cocktails. And if you're unfamiliar with super juice, it's a thing someone came up with because limes in particular can be very expensive if you want lime juice for cocktails. And out of season lemons can be as well. But super juice is like you get like instead of like it makes about 7 times the juice. So you basically say it's like one lime. You peel it and then you weigh the peel and then you add a mixture of citric acid and malic acid onto the peel, which leaches all the oils out of the peel, and then you add the juice from the lime and water and blend it and filter it. And so you get this really zesty, alive, fresh tasting juice that's actually mostly water. But to get the precise measurements I needed for the grams of citric acid and malic acid, I had to go to one of those shops. They're in most malls that are basically catering to drug users. Cookware shops only sell scales that are accurate to the gram. I needed one that was accurate to the 100th of a gram. So you have to go into these shops that are just blatantly catering to drug users. So I've got my little drug scales, and I just use them for making super juice. Justin, you're not wrong, actually. Historically, it was a thing about people going somewhere warmer in winter. I think we will see in the coming century people fleeing summer. And again, in the past, very cold winters tended to kill more people than very hot summers. And we have absolutely reached a tipping point where more people are being killed by extreme heat in summers than being killed by extreme cold in winters. So it's the whole thing, man. Yeah, we're just going to see weird, fucked up shit over the coming decades. Suffer. Cold winter is hitting 0 Celsius in my mind. Once you get down to freezing 0 Celsius, that's fucking cold. And I know you'll get people like Canadians, people from Northern Europe, people from North America will go, "Are you fucking joking?" Like, because they get -20, -30 Celsius, and it's like, yeah, but it's all relative. It's what you're used to. Yeah, Justin, I think that does make sense. Climate scientists retiring to cooler climates, but it's also just kind of fucking. I don't know that there's anyone in the world more depressed than climate scientists because they know how bad things are going to get. And they face loonies all the time, threatening them and harassing them and challenging them. And they're like, just telling you, man, we have no doubt whatsoever. Here's the thing: you are going to get major population centers getting over 45 Celsius, and humans basically can't live in that. Humans die in that sort of temperature. We get remote areas in Australia that have 45 to even 50 Celsius in summer, but they're really remote areas. When major population centers start getting over 45 Celsius, people are just gonna fucking die. So if you're saying tomorrow Canberra 0 to 22, we're supposed to get 21 tomorrow. What's the Bureau saying? Low of 22, and it's going to rain a bit. So a low of 11, high of 22, bit of rain. Much cooler on Tuesday. The maximum's only 15, and the minimum 6. Wednesday, minimum 7, 19. Thursday, 13 and 17. Wow. So that's a bleak week, actually. Today and tomorrow being nice spring weather, then we're getting a bleak week. Although, honestly, I'll put some money on it. This next week is probably going to be the last cool to cold week. Oh, God's van, yeah. Birds in really hot summers. Yeah. And yeah, we'll definitely be putting water and maybe food out for the birds this summer. And yes, exactly, Justin. People in North America, their homes are built for those punishing winters. And I was like, same as like we laugh at people in England, London. They go, "Oh, it's the heat wave. It's 30 to 35," and we're like, "Oh, harden the fuck up." Their houses are only built to be manageable in temperatures of up to about 25 Celsius. So once it hits 30 and above, they're just not ready for it. So it's all relative. It's what you're used to. So yeah, we're even going to have a little bird bath out so the birds can get refreshed in the backyard. Don't have a lot of exotic birds here. There's rainbow lorikeets. We get sort of transitory parrots. They're only here for a little while. Like I noticed galahs in the park at the moment and Corella cockatoos. Various areas around here have the sulfur-crested cockatoos. We get a lot of magpies, ravens, currawongs occasionally. Very occasionally butcherbirds. Butcherbirds are cute. They're like a cross between a magpie and a kingfisher. Tim Smith. I know 3/4, half to 3/4. Yeah. So in 2030, blackout TV radio. I don't think that's a scientific prediction, Richard, because I also think solar radiation is very hard, if not impossible, to predict. But that is one of the random world ending. So if I get in a really bleak mood, I start going on about the various things that we are this far removed from. like antibiotic-resistant infections, a pandemic that makes COVID look like a walk in the park, a large celestial object, an asteroid hitting Earth, mass coronal ejection that will fuck everything. Richard, I feel very confident that anyone predicting in 2030 the big thing, blah blah blah, I believe that's not real. I am very confident that isn't real. Mind you, we could get a mass coronal ejection tomorrow that fucks us up. It's just I don't think you can predict it. Oh, Sophie, you missed me talking about date night. Date night was good. We went to a new place and it was good. We're adding to all our places that are accessible by public transport. Maybe jump one or two public transports. This was not particularly close to us, but it's accessible by public transport, called Wolf and Malone. Brazilian-influenced food. Wasn't packed, but there was definitely people there. And it was very good. Good food, good drinks. I was just trying to recreate the best drink, and I'm confident I need to try it with less mezcal. Well, again, see, Richard, a zombie outbreak or alien extermination, those are fictional things. All right, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go the real, actual things that could happen at any time that we have no control. A pandemic, and like I said, a pandemic, it could come in a whole bunch of forms, but one that makes COVID look like a sniffle, like something that kills 10 to 50% of the population. We're like on a razor's edge. That could happen at any moment. Antibiotic-resistant infections, we are fucked if that gets out of control. It's a very high risk at the moment. If that gets out of control, basic medical procedures, surgery, dentistry, you won't be able to do it because you'll be killed by the infection. A mass coronal ejection that fucks the electrics and the internet completely for years. Long shot, but not impossible, is an asteroid hitting us. Again, see, I know Richard's saying the future, but these are real things. These are things that could happen tomorrow. What's another? Is there another good one that could just fucking happen at any moment? I've stored these fuckers away, honestly. Oh, of course, nuclear holocaust. That's another one. Even though we don't think about it as much as I did as a little kid in the 80s, nuclear war could happen at any moment. Or a supervolcano. Oh, that's another one. Supervolcano. Supervolcano could explode. The highest risk area is the Yosemite National Park in the US, but a supervolcano that plunges the Earth into darkness for a year or two, that's another one. Gamma ray burst. Thank you, Megaleech. Oh, we talked, Dr. Abigail explained vacuum state decay at one point. So I think, micro, but we have to live in a world without Jimmy Buffett, except Jimmy Buffett's in our hearts and he'll never go away. There you go. But yeah, there are a shit ton of things that could fuck us up tomorrow that aren't fictional, that aren't far-fetched. They literally could happen tomorrow. So, if you ever want to get depressed, just fucking talk to me and I'll tell you some depressing shit. We live in a hostile universe. Richard, think about world-ending events. No, they don't. The world governments absolutely do not have plans for these events because you can't plan for them. The plan is, what are we going to do if everything collapses and we lose communications and a terrifyingly large chunk of the population dies? Well, again, Justin, you're getting into fiction territory there with a black hole swallowing us. Micro, what if we woke up tomorrow, gold was considered next to worthless? Yeah, but world economic systems just work because of our imagination. Like, money's not real. Money is everyone's imagination. Everyone's just agreeing to the same imaginary scenario. Gold is the value of gold is imaginary. Like, there's, gold does have practical uses. It is pretty, and there is a limited supply of it. But the idea that gold is intrinsically valuable is only because people agree it is. If people stopped agreeing it is, it isn't. Richard, the sun exploding is again in fiction territory. Again, no, that is literally true. Like, laws are not an immutable constant. They just aren't. Laws mean different things to different people. They're enforced in different ways. They carry different weights for different people. That's an absolutely valid thing to say, that laws aren't real. They are only real to the degree that people agree on them. Well, see, that's the thing, Micro. It's real to the extent the government's willing to act on it. Yes, we're all agreeing about the sun will explode in billions of years, so exploding tomorrow is not real. Safa, if you could get enough people to believe you're a millionaire, then you would be a millionaire. Because money's imaginary. It has no intrinsic value. It's just everyone believes and supports the same fiction. If people refuse to support that fiction, then it stops having any value at all. Yes, our dollar is worth much less than the US dollar, but we still going to do it. It's so much of what we live through is like a consensual hallucination. See, but here's the thing, Justin. Lots of laws exist that aren't enforced. Lots of laws exist that aren't enforced unilaterally. Lots of laws exist that don't affect different people the same way, even if they are enforced. Laws are not an objective, immutable thing. Again, Richard, the moon crashing into us is pretty fictional, but another celestial body, an asteroid or something hitting us, that could literally happen tomorrow with no warning. It really could. And yes, Safa, the US federal debt is imaginary. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, do you want me to show you some money? I'll show you some money. I actually have some cash. COVID stopped me going to banks. Okay, what have I got? I've only got a couple. Okay, so this is a 50. It's gold, and it's got a little clear plastic bit in there. That's pretty cool. Who's that on the 50? That is, they changed who's on it. David Unipon. He's Indigenous. On the back side, or the other side of the 50, that is Edith Cowan. I don't know who she is either. But again, so the 50 is gold. The 20 is orange. The 20 is orange. So that's Kingsford Smith, I think, isn't it? Oh, no, that's Flynn. That's Flynn. That's the dude who started the Flying Doctor service. And that side of the 20, that's Mary Wright. I don't know. She's got some thing for early Australian colonisation. The only other note I've got is a 5. That's our lowest note. It's got Betty Windsor on it. Oh my God, I've not seen anything with Chuckles on it yet. So that's still like the dead Queen on it and the House of Parliament on the other side. So those are the only notes I have. The 100 is green. I think the 10 is blue. Thank you, Musical Aviator. Edith Cowan, first member, female member, Australian Parliament. Safa, you're on drugs. Okay. That's gold, not yellow. Although that's up for argument. That is not red. Dude, that's not fucking red. You're like on drugs. That's orange. You can argue yellow v gold. You cannot argue that. That is not red. It's orange. That's not up for debate. Micro, the US currency is so fucking weird because it's so stupid. Yes, no, Richard, progressively the Queen's going to be replaced with the King. It's actually quite expensive to replace your currency, and it'll happen over a period of years. It's basically the mint in Australia, the mint in the UK will stop printing with the Queen on it, and we'll start printing with the King on it. I don't know if any's been released yet, actually. I'm sure they had a design ready to go. But yeah, so it's like we still have 5-cent pieces. We used to have 1 and 2-cent pieces, but they were just stupidly expensive to produce, so we stopped. Whereas, Micro, you still have the 1-cent coin in the US. It's just some ridiculous boondoggle scam where the metal in the 1-cent coin is actually worth more than 1 cent. So it's really stupid. And also your $1 note is very stupid. Doesn't make sense. Yeah. Fuck the pennies. Fuck the. And again, it's weird because there's actually a scam behind it. Lobbyists for the metal companies that own the metals that go into the pennies. It's literally a fucking scam. So yeah, there you go. But we don't have an emotional attachment to our money in Australia, so we just got rid of the 1 cent and 2 cent. We got rid of the $1 and $2 notes, and now they're coins, which are far more durable. I think we're on the cusp of getting rid of the $5 note and replacing it with a $5 coin. Actually, Micro, that legit makes sense. Hoard pennies and melt them down. Richard, it's actually the opposite. The 1 cent coin in the US, the metal is worth more than 1 cent. So that's really weird. Oh, that's right, Justin. Yes, there are really rare $2 notes in the US. Yes, people think they're lucky if you get one and they save them. Wikipedia is full of cockheads. It's not red. It is not red. This is not up for debate. It's not even close to red. It's fucking orange. It is not even close to red. Anyone? No, it's just fucking stupid. Again, citing Wikipedia as a source to win an argument is fucking loser talk. So yeah. Yeah, no, Micro, I've known people who think, I used to have a US $2 note. People think they're lucky. Oh, you can actually ask for a $2 note at the bank. There you go. Yes, I don't usually say anything completely absolute and completely negative, but in terms of the US 20 being red, no, that is straight up fucking stupid. It's not red. It isn't even close to red. It's fucking orange. Thanks, Micro. I'd like a lucky $2 note. Richard, you've got $300 in pennies in the US. Well, see, that's the whole thing. It's worth more. The metal in the coin's worth more than the face value of the coins. Oh yes, micro. A $2 note touched by Trump. Yes, that's the ultimate lucky charm. I'm trying to think, do I have something red? So, okay, so like we have an orange with orange peel. It's orange. The chicken's feet are red. That's not red, is it? No, it's orange. Actually, look, it literally might be red stripes and white stripes, which is visually orange, because it's very complex counterfeiting stuff in the notes. Well, Justin, they have to do more security checks on notes in the US because they're so much less complex. They're so much easier to fake. Our notes are so difficult to fake convincingly. That was the that was in the storyline. Micro, don't fuck with me. You're allowed to fuck with me, honestly. I sit here saying these things. Anyone is completely free to disagree with me. You were born in Miami, so you're not to be trusted. No, it literally, it legit might be lines of red and lines of white. So you could argue the color on it's red, but it's visually orange. But again, perception is subjective anyway. So what I perceive in a particular way, someone else does not necessarily perceive in the same way. Oh, yeah, Justin, most scanning software refuses to scan banknotes. They just go, no, I'm not doing that. So you have to actually get pirate software that will scan banknotes. Most scanning software refuses to scan banknotes. Like maybe even if I'm just going to see if I take a photo, does it do anything funny? I'm literally going to just try that. Okay, so I'm going to take a photo of my 50. I didn't do anything particularly funky. But yeah, scanning software tends to straight up refuse to scan banknotes. Oh, yeah, Justin, it's a whole thing with an agreement between the companies that produce scanning software and hardware and treasuries around the world. They recognize certain things on the banknotes and refuse to scan them. Micro, try and let me hop in the video. Oh, if you want to join, dude, because I haven't seen you for ages. If that's what you're saying, I will put the link in. If you want to come on and say hi, I haven't seen you in forever. So, but no pressure. You don't have to. But if that's what you're saying, I'll throw it out. Micro, put a Chromebook next to useless. That's the whole thing. All right. Ugh. So I've put the link out there, buddy boy. What are we? We've still got 15 minutes before I'm going to bed. Oh, that's what I was. Oh no, we're fucking done. I'll just do it before bedtime. That's fine. My Simpsons tapped out. I was just singing and doing. But I was supposed to do it an hour ago, but I forgot because I was chatting to everyone. Now, I just had this random thought. if I can put watch Le Samurai Australia. Is there Flix? Just watch. Is Le Samurai Netflix? Not available. Is it on Prime? I think it's on Prime. Oh no, you have to pay for it. Fuck that. I don't know. I may actually look into that. I've kind of got this thing where I'm going to watch fucking film noir and French New Wave. Justin, no. I believe it's literally an agreement with the software and hardware makers that they won't scan banknotes. Because you say it's designed not to be scannable. If the people making scanning software wanted to be scanned, they would change the software. And yes, they the treasuries with the good banknotes go to quite some trouble to stop it from being scannable. But legal scanning software, I think, recognizes banknotes and just goes, I'm not going to scan that. But modern banknotes are definitely designed to be difficult, if not impossible. Oops, where are we? There he is.
Hello.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I always forget to close out YouTube before I open StreamYard, and it's such a like you'll have your voice going in the background, and then you're trying to talk, and it's like, whoa. Well, look at that amazing camera quality.
That's all good. You're good. And yes, Sapa, I remember. I think the $2 note was green from memory, although that might be a stretch. I do remember the $1 note was brown, had the Queen on one side and Aboriginal art on the other.
Is your notes like plasticky?
Yes, we were the first country to have the plastic banknotes. The technology's been taken up around the world since.
Except for here.
Except for the US. Although, because I watched the Reacher series on Prime with that absolutely huge guy playing Jack Reacher, and the whole thing was about forgery. And a key thing was American banknotes are made of a very particular paper, and it's kind of illegal for anyone to buy the paper who's not the Treasury.
It's made in like one. I think it's made in like one place. I want to say it's in. I want to say Pennsylvania, but I feel like that's wrong. I know it's on the East Coast. It's made in one place. It's the only place that's certified to make that. And like you can't buy it without like very specific like licensing and paperwork and stuff like that.
Yeah. And a plot thing in the Reacher series was the paper was more valuable than a scan or a printing plate, because even though, there was the whole thing about commercial scanning software won't do banknotes, you can get pirate software that will, and you can make really detailed plates. But the thing that's most controlled is the paper.
I would argue the plates are easier to steal than the paper.
Yeah, that was the whole plot thing in Reacher, that the paper was the thing. There's protections for everything else, but the best protections was on the paper. So yeah. Did you ever watch the Tom Cruise Reacher movie?
No.
I didn't hate it. But the difference is Jack Reacher's meant to be fucking huge, and the dude they cast in the TV series is literally physically twice the size of Tom Cruise. So, the series that Prime did was very different to the Tom. I didn't hate the Tom Cruise movie, but everything in the series was a bit more believable because this guy was huge. So if he like fucked up 6 guys, you go, yeah, no, I can see him fucking up 6 guys. That's
Yeah.
the thing he could do.
Versus Tom Cruise. I love when Tom Cruise in the movies and there's like a group of guys and he beats them all. And I'm like, Tom Cruise is like 5 something.
He's my height. He's like
those guys would have taken him
5'7",
down.
Yeah. Whereas the
Safa
guy
asked
in the
how
series,
New York is. New York is terrible, Safa. It's always terrible.
Where are you living at the moment?
I mean, I'm still in my car right now. I'm at my brother's because his son lives in a different state and it's his birthday. So he asked if he could borrow my vehicle to go see his son, and I didn't want to just because it's my only, it's my house or whatever. But I'm nice. So, and it's his son's birthday, and we both know what it's like to grow up with a father who's not around a lot. Yeah. Like he was around, but he might as well not have been around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we know what that's like, and I'm like, go see your son.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you did the right thing. A bit tough on you, but you did the right thing. Yeah.
Yeah. The upside to that is I get this. I'm inside, and I do DoorDash for money.
Yes,
and
yes.
I've been DoorDashing like every single day without a day off, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's
so
hard
this
work.
way I get like 2 days off basically.
Yeah. All right.
So
yeah,
that's okay.
That's hard work. So
and then other updates to where I live, my hometown. There used to be where they had the old library.
Yeah.
Is now they sell liquor and weed there.
Oh, that seems like a metaphor. The old library.
What a transformation!
Weed.
Yeah, sounds like something you'd hear in like a TV show or something.
I know. That's The Wire. It's oh god,
it's crazy. I never thought they'd open the dispensary in my little tiny town. It's a little town. It's not very big. It's probably like a couple miles wide.
Yeah,
tiny pack of gum place, and they opened a dispensary there. I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. Now I feel like one of those old people that's like, when I was younger, that was and that wasn't there. And
the whole dispensary thing, we're probably where the US was 5-10 years ago. Like, it's still only legal like as medicinal marijuana with a prescription, but I was surprised to learn that the prescriptions are being given out pretty freely, and
just like in California.
Yeah, it's like California about.
You just walk in, you're like, when I do this, like my arm right here, it hurts, and they're like, that weed will fix that right up. Let me just grab you some.
My favorite one I saw was like a web comic, someone going to a doctor for a prescription and saying like, I feel anxious because you might not give me a marijuana prescription. And then she goes, I've got a cure for anxiety, a marijuana prescription. And it's like, the system works.
That's basically what happened in California. And then they got to a point where they're like, let's just make it recreational legal, because everybody has a medical, like whatever, this prescription for it. So
yeah. I read that it was California was full of old doctors who were basically funding their retirement by just spending the entire day writing out prescriptions for marijuana.
Yeah.
And so they basically just said, oh God, let's just make it recreationally legal.
There's companies, there's actually one in my state too. You call them up, you're like, hey, I need a weed prescription. They're like, all right, give us $200. You give them $200, and there's like doctors and stuff there, and they're like, oh, Anon has like anxiety, so he needs a weed prescription, or he has this or that. And then you pay him $200 and you're like guaranteed to get a weed card.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I'm like,
that's apparently the stage we've reached in Australia. Because I'm not a weed guy, so it's all. But there was an article. It's just like, yep, there's all these dispensaries, and it's basically just. It is right on the edge of being a joke. You've got a medical prescription, but it's just because you just went to someone and said, "Can I have some weed, please?" And they went, "Sure."
I would say within 5 years, you'll have your first recreational place.
Yeah,
somewhere within the country. One of What are your? Do you have states in Australia or provinces?
Yeah. We have state jurisdictions.
Okay,
yeah.
So one of your states will be the first to like be like it's legal here.
Yeah, probably my state, Victoria, which is regarded as the most progressive state. Our government was the most aggressive with medical marijuana. So basically, huge fucking grow centers for weed for medical marijuana. I think we'll be the first, or possibly Canberra, possibly the ACT, which is like Washington DC. It's our equivalent of Washington DC.
I would say either whoever is the most like I want to say liberal of your states, or wherever you get the most tourist. I find that places that get a lot of tourists tend to be the first to do things. I talked to a girl in Indonesia, and she lives in a not touristy area, and she has like nothing there. She's like, it's all in like Bali. Bali has everything.
Bali,
Domino's and Burger Kings and all the stuff.
Yeah, I reckon if I was a betting person, I'd say either my state where I live, or the Australian Capital Territory, which is the equivalent of Washington DC. Justin, is it legal? But is it Justin? Can recreational weed be sold commercially? That's the big thing. I know there's the whole thing of it being decriminalized. So if a cop catches you with weed, you don't get a criminal conviction. But the real thing to step over is where there are stores who are legally selling recreational weed. And I agree with our man here that I think we'll have that within 5 years. Because it's just also I don't know. We're also going on a thing psychoactive drugs, mushrooms, and LSD in therapeutic scenarios. We actually do have trials of psychoactive drugs for various medical settings. Apparently, it's proven to be very good in end-of-life situations. Basically, people who are definitely going to die, they've got some disease that's going to kill them, and they go through this therapy with the equivalent of shrooms or LSD in a controlled setting, and they're talked through, and they come to peace with, I'm going to die, and that's okay. Which, honestly, that's pretty good. Helping people not be depressed or freak out about the fact they've got a terminal diagnosis.
I just Googled that ACT thing that you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
It says if you're 18 and over, you can possess up to 50 grams of dried cannabis or up to 150 grams of fresh and grow up to 2 households per person, 2 plants per household a person for personal use.
Yeah. So, and that's also what Justin said. Yeah. And see, that's what I was saying. So, Justin, that's the tipping point. The moving from not criminalizing personal use to actually having it be legal to sell it commercially. And that, we saw that in an increasing number of states in the US over the last 5-10 years.
It sounds like they just decriminalized it. That's what it sounds like they did.
Yeah. Personal use, you're not going to get a criminal charge.
Yeah, that's what they did here right before they legalized it. They decriminalized it, and they're like, you can't buy it, but if you have it, we're just gonna be like, get out of here. You can't have this. What?
You little scamp, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not gonna get in trouble. And then like 2 years after that, they're like, yo, you can buy weed now. It's so cool. And I'm like, lower the prices. But
yeah, I do like the idea of the dispensaries in the US where you've kind of got like weed sommeliers in really fancy restaurants. You'd have people explain to you which wine is the best for which things, and you go into some of these food dispensaries and you go, I want to feel like this, and I don't want to feel like that, and I want the after effects to be like, and they go, I've got exactly the right blend for you. This is the right one. This is the one you want here.
I actually find that extremely annoying and obnoxious when I walk in and I'm like, hey, I'm like looking for, I know what I want. Like I want this. And they're like, well, do you like to smoke like a sativa or an indica? And I'm like, I like to get high. And they're like, okay, so what kind of high are you looking for? I'm like, Tell me what product is good. I don't care what it tastes like. I don't care what the name is. I don't care where it came from. Tell me if it's good. If it's a good product, I'll buy it.
Yeah. And see,
Like,
I'm not a weed guy, so I don't know.
Like, I don't know. I don't go. It's like going into the liquor store and you're like, well, this one tastes like da 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 da. What kind of? No one's ever been like, what kind of drunk are you looking for? What kind of inebriation are you going after tonight?
Like, no, I just want to blank out and forget that I hate my job and I hate my life. Okay.
Like, all right. So what you want is this $10 bottle of vodka. It's good enough for that. Like, they get so obnoxious with it. It's just like it's just weed. Just tell me the weed. Just say, is this weed good for sleeping? Yeah, it is. All right, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. But I like the idea if you say like, I like one where I'm on the edge of tripping balls and I'll think crazy thoughts and go on, or I just want something where I will just absolutely space. I will just lie back and space and.
I like in You ever see the movie Ted?
Yeah.
And they're buying weed, and I think the one guy's like this one's called like mind rape or something like that. He's like, what the fuck is it called that? That's another thing I hate. They just put random names on weed now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be the most.
But I even remember this is what I got from listening to Cheech and Chong in the 70s and 80s. Even the stuff that was being sold illegally, they would ascribe certain names for different strains of weed. But you never knew what you were actually getting.
No. And a lot of people like that. Like older people, like they don't want to go into the dispensary and deal with like this is called this and this is called that. They're just like, I just need some weed to roll in a joint.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get high. It's kind of like going to raves and stuff in the 90s. I remember with acid. Not that I took any drugs, kids, because that's bad and illegal. I'm talking about other people who did these things. And there were actually different types of acid that were given different names. They looked different ways and they supposedly had different effects. But there were raves in the 90s. There would be lots of talk about the sort of acid that was being sold, distributed, consumed. Not that I did it, kids, because that would be illegal, and I don't do illegal things, or at least I don't admit to them publicly.
You were talking about the like psychoactive drugs, like mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah,
a little bit ago. I know Oregon has been doing a lot of trials about mushrooms to use it for medicinal use, to prescribe it.
Absolutely.
Evidently, it has, if you do low doses of it, it has tons of benefits for mental health issues and depression. There's a trend now of like, you used to go in the gas stations and they have like this like fake weed you could buy.
Yes.
They're like Delta 8 THC weed because it's not technically THC, so it's legal.
Yeah.
And now they have these mushroom snacks at the gas stations. Yes. There's psychoactive like mushroom snacks that are somehow like legal in some way. So that's a new trend here at least.
Well, it's because they're chemically different from the thing that's illegal. Someone has tweaked something in the processing, and I may or may not have known some people who were reasonably well known on YouTube at points in the past who had stuff, and you did smoke it, but it was psychoactive. It wasn't like weed, but it also was a really limited duration. Like, apparently, not that I was ever around people who were doing this for real, because that would be bad and illegal, but it was this stuff, and you smoked it, and you would trip balls for a couple of minutes, and then the effect would basically go away completely, which was pretty wild. Where you get something that ramps up and gets really intense for a couple of minutes, so then you go, this is it, I'm always going to be this high and everything's always going to be this weird and it's all fucked up, and then it would just drop off and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm fine.
I've definitely been the high before. That's a whole story. We'll save it for another time. It's a really good story, though. We'll save it for when it's more of a party atmosphere.
That's Friday night, party night. But yeah,
Man, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I'm really good at forgetting things.
That's okay. Me too. I'm always.
If I could get paid to forget things, man, I'd be living. I wouldn't be living in luxury, but I'd be pretty comfortable.
You'd be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would. I'd had my bills paid, and I have enough to like go out on Fridays. So that's good enough.
That'd be okay. That'd be okay.
Yeah.
You're actually talking about weird drug things. I was looking at myself today. I'd been out and it was a bit windy, and because I let my hair grow really long, and it was all a bit wayward. And I was just, I don't know, I saw myself in the mirror, and I was like, I look like Trump's doctor. Remember that weird guy who gave Trump a medical in his not the later one who looked kind of responsible. This guy found him. No. I'm going to try and bring the image up. Okay, I'll bring the image up. Like, who remembers this guy?
I remember close to anything about Trump because there was so much Trump talk going on in the country. I just got sick of it.
Yeah.
That looks like if James May had a father that abandoned him.
But I came in out of the wind, and my hair was out, and I just looked at her and went, I feel like I look like Trump's doctor.
How is that man a doctor? He doesn't even look healthy. Look how red his face is.
No. And this was the guy who described Trump as definitely the healthiest US president who's ever existed. That guy was obviously high, and it was just Jesus. But I was just like, I agree, Musical Aviator. That was an excellent description. James May's deadbeat dad. Oof. Anyway, it's actually after 10 o'clock, and I have to go into the office tomorrow. So I've got to go in and get some sleep. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I've really missed you, man. So it's really nice.
Yeah,
really nice.
I miss being on. I'm just never in any position anymore to where I can actually get on.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd take advantage.
Do it again soon. I hope it's not as long of a gap between we do it again, because I really like seeing you.
Yeah, next time when I'm on, I'll tell a story.
Yeah. Save up the story. There's a story for next time. But I'm going to go Sleepy Bobos now. And as per usual, won't be streaming tomorrow night. Probably streaming Tuesday, but who knows? I might be doing takeaway with the offspring. But we'll see. We'll see what happens during the week. Have you... I don't know if you ever use Discord, dude. Are you...
So I do have a Discord, but I forgot the password, and every time I try to have it send me a reset link, it won't send one.
Okay.
So I'm effectively locked out of my Discord.
Oh, well, if you ever start a new one, let me know, and I'll send you a link to mine. Safa, thank you for reminding me to eat the cherry. It's been sitting over here. I'm probably only half Tim Smith because I stopped drinking alcohol. Eat the cherry. That's the symbolic end of the stream. A bit of orange peel in there. Mrs. Angry gets to put in a hot chocolate in the morning. Oh, yum. I love those cherries. They're so fucking yummy. Okay. I'm going to say nighty nights. See you all another time. Take care, Mike. I hope you look after yourself, man. I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, good night.